Throughout this training, you have been introduced to several components and procedures of an OG lesson. Right now, you are probably feeling overwhelmed and wondering how you're going to teach all this at the beginning of the year. No need to worry. We begin our OG lessons with fewer components and procedures. We want students to become automatic on a few procedures at a time. We know that procedures are important, and without establishing them, learning new content would be difficult. So, to ease your mind, you are going to have the opportunity to see a demonstration of the first OG lesson, K.001. A copy of the lesson plan you are going to see demonstrated is in your lesson plan packet, which is in the front pocket of your manual. As you can see, this lesson does not teach all the components that you learned in training, so it's shorter and has fewer procedures. Ideally, this lesson would be delivered on the first day of school. On the first day of school, you are already working on teaching classroom procedures, so it would be a good time to teach OG procedures as well. In our beginning lessons, we teach some new content, but the main focus is becoming automatic with procedures. The new content students learn will not go away. It will be in the review portions of the lessons for some time. I know that some of you may be hesitant about starting on the first day, and I understand, especially since teaching an OG lesson may be new to you. I will share a suggestion at the end of this video. Now, let's go over the different components of the lesson before you see us demonstrate it. On the screen are the review components of the lesson. Since this is the first lesson, there isn't anything to review, but there are some foundational skills we want to introduce. They are identifying letters in alphabetical order, identifying the keyword on the picture deck cards, and counting syllables, which is a phonological awareness activity. Students will be sitting in front of you, usually on a rug in the meeting area, so they can see and hear you clearly. The next portion of the lesson is teaching a new skill. In this lesson, we are introducing the picture deck card S. Remember, there is a procedure that we use to teach new picture deck cards, so be sure to use this same procedure each time, so students can focus on new content. Now we move to the encoding portion of the lesson. Normally, during encoding, we would transition students to their tables. This ensures correct writing posture and helps with fatigue. However, for this lesson, you may choose to model the SRS portion for students and not provide them with their own SRS. The first few lessons are shorter, and you may find that keeping them in front of you in the meeting area and having students watch you model works best for you and your students. If you want to start your students off by writing on their own SRS form, that is another great option that has worked well for many kindergarten teachers. In the demonstration, you will notice that even though the student is not writing on her own SRS, she is very involved in the lesson. Be sure to provide students with their own SRS form to complete by lesson K.005. The rest of the encoding portion is shown here. Notice that in the auditory drill, there is only one letter next to each shape, and the memory word procedure only teaches the new word, the, and there are no review words. This is the first lesson, and only one letter and one word have been taught explicitly. On the screen, you see the phonemic awareness skills. If they are at their tables, students will transition to the meeting area. Phonemic awareness skills are done orally. Students are not looking at print. They are looking at your lips and listening to sounds and words. Now that we have previewed the lesson, we're ready for the demonstration. As you watch the demonstration, notice that when introducing procedures, we are using minimal teacher talk. Also, pacing is brisk to help with student engagement. Remember, procedures and content will be continuously reviewed in other lessons. The goal for our students is to be automatic with procedures, so they can focus their mental energy on content. Be sure to keep your lesson plan in front of you, so you can make any notes or write down any questions you may have.
right, teachers, right now we're going to demonstrate lesson 1. It's called Lesson K.001, but it's the first lesson. So we're going to have to kind of use our imagination because we don't have a classroom. I don't have wall cards that I could hang up to fit in. So we're going to use a desk strip. So Shannon's going to use her imagination, and as well as all of you, and pretend that these are actually wall cards. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're just going to work on alphabetic knowledge, being able to say the letters in order. So are you ready, Shannon?
I'm ready.
Okay, so I'm going to say the letters first, and then we'll say them together. Is that all right? All right. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. Okay, you ready to do that with me?
Ready.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. Good job. Shannon, what does your name begin with? Do you know?
Oh, an S.
It does begin with an S. Let's see if we can. Oh, there it is.
There it
That's
is.
where your letter is. All right. Now what we're going to do is I am going to introduce some cards to you. We're not going to talk about the letters on this card. We're only going to talk about these pictures. And these pictures we call keywords. What do we call them?
Keywords.
Yeah, they're really important because it's going to help us with the sound of this letter eventually when we learn it. So I'm going to say the letter, or I'm going to say, well, actually, probably some of these you probably know. You probably could say with me, but some of them I'll say first. And what I'll do is I'll do 2 fingers for me. That means I'm going to say it, and 1 finger, that means you say it, okay?
Okay.
All right, so let's go ahead. And actually, we'll just do all of them. I'll say it, and then you repeat. Okay, cat.
Cat.
Man.
Man.
Chair.
Chair.
Wagon.
Wagon.
Hat.
Hat.
Pig.
Pig.
Nest.
Nest.
Van.
Van.
Boy.
Boy.
Top.
Top.
Dog.
Dog.
Itch.
Itch.
See how he's itching his nose? Ox.
Ox.
Yo-yo.
Yo-yo.
Box.
Box.
Zebra.
Zebra.
Fish.
Fish.
Rat.
Rat.
Nice. Goat.
Goat.
Wagon.
Wagon.
Up.
Up.
See how the arrow's pointing up? Apple.
Apple.
Edge.
Edge.
Like the edge of a table.
Oh, okay.
Jam.
Oh, jam.
Thumb.
Thumb.
Ship.
Ship.
Whistle.
Whistle.
Kite.
Kite.
Whoops. Lamp.
Lamp.
Queen.
Queen.
Good job. So those pictures that we just said are called keywords. What are they called?
Keywords.
And we will practice that again tomorrow.
Okay.
So now what we're going to do is we are going to count out syllables in words. So for instance, my name is Anne. So when I would clap that out, let's see how many syllables we have. Anne. I just have 1 syllable in my name. What is your name?
Shannon.
Okay, so watch as I clap your name. Shannon. Oh, how many times did I clap?
2.
2. You have 2 syllables. Let's try some more of our friends in our classroom. Let's try Morgan. Are you ready? What's the word?
Morgan.
You ready? Clap it with me.
Morgan.
Good. Maddie.
Maddie.
Maddie. Addison. Good.
Addison.
Addison. Oh my
3.
goodness, that was hard. Yeah. Parker.
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 2.
Logan.
Logan. Logan. 2.
Owen.
Owen.
Very good. So that's what we call syllables. So we're going to clap out syllables. And we'll do this again for several days till we get the idea of it.
Okay.
All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to teach you a new letter. The name of our letter is S. What's the name?
S.
Good. The key word is snake. What's the key word? Snake. I guess you're not a fan of snakes. S says, the sound that S makes, because these letters make sounds, is S. Good job. So I'm going to put that together. Watch how I do that. S, snake, S. Your turn.
S, snake, S.
Very good. Now what we're going to do is we're going to write that letter 3 times, and we're going to skywrite, which is new. You've never done that before. So I want you to think about the hand that you write with. Do you know what hand you write with? Oh, good. Put it out nice and straight towards me. I want you to put 2 fingers, because that eventually is going to help with being tired from writing, okay? So what we're going to do, and I'm going to write to the side for right now, we're going to make that letter. Now, when we make that letter, we're going to start here. We're going to curve up, curve in, and then curve out.
Okay.
So can you do this? Curve up, curve in, curve out. So we're going to make that letter, and we're going to say S, snake, S 3 times. You ready? Straight, strong arms. I love the way your arms are pointing and your eyes are on the card. Let's go.
S, snake, S. S, snake, S. S, snake, S.
Very nice. Now we're going to review. Can you tell me what that letter name is?
S.
What's that key word?
Snake.
Very good. And the sound that S makes?
S.
Good job. And we'll practice that again tomorrow. All right. All right. So now we're going to practice writing our new letter S. Are you ready, Shannon? Let me show you how we do it. So we make the letter S. We're going to use our writing hand, of course. We're going to start at that dot, and we're going to say that dot is like in the middle, and I'll talk to you about that in just a minute. So we start in the middle, curve up, curve in, curve out.
Okay.
All right, let's say it together. Start in the middle, curve up, curve in, curve out. Okay, so you're going to skywrite it 3 times. So get that straight, strong arm. And remember, I love the way that your fingers are pointing and your eyes are pointing or looking up here as well. So let's go ahead and say that script 3 times as we write it. Start in the middle, curve up, curve in, curve out. Start in the middle, curve up, curve in, curve out. Start in the middle, curve up, curve in, curve out. Good job. Now you have a template right there in front of you, and we are going to trace it as we say it. So your finger's on there. You ready?
Ready.
Start at that dot. Start in the middle, curve up, curve out, in, curve up. Start in the middle, curve up, curve in, curve out. Start in the middle, curve up, curve in, curve out. Great job. So now we're ready to write it on paper. So let me go ahead and show you how we're going to do that. So right here on we call this a SRS paper, okay, or student response sheet, but we just say SRS. When we write on the when we practice our handwriting, we have a little robot man, and he helps us to know where we're going to write. So if you notice, here's his head. His head is touching this top line. That's because some letters touch that top line. Okay. Then this is his belly, and this is the middle line. That dotted line means the middle. And then his feet touch that bottom line. So that's where some letters will actually end. Okay. So when we make the letter S, we said we start in the middle. So we're going to start at that dotted line. We're just going to go a little bit below that dotted line. And we're going to, start in the middle, curve up, curve in, curve out. And notice I stopped at his feet because this letter actually stops at the bottom line. So can you skywrite as I write that? And we'll say that script.
Sure.
Start in the middle, curve up, curve in, curve out. Let's do that 2 more times. Start in the middle, curve up, curve in, curve out. Start in the middle, curve up, curve in, curve out. Good job. And so that's our handwriting part where we're practicing. Now, this part here we call an auditory drill. And so we are going to talk about some of those parts that was on our picture deck.
Okay.
So this shape right here is called a rectangle. What is it?
Rectangle.
And when we write on this rectangle row, we're going to go across. Which way?
Across.
Good job. I'm going to say a letter name. You're going to repeat that letter name. And then we're going to say the letter name as I write it. Okay? S.
S.
S. Oh, I like the way you said that. Now we're going to move down here to this row. This is the circle row. What is that shape?
Circle.
Good. And when we use the circle, well, we're also going to go across. I'm going to say a letter sound. You say the letter sound, and then we'll say it together as I write it.
Okay.
S. S. Good. S. And then we have our square. And we're going to go across. How are we going to go?
Across.
Good. And this one is our keyword. We're going to really work on thinking about the sound that goes with that keyword. So when I say the keyword, I want you to repeat it.
Okay.
The keyword is snake.
Snake.
Good. Now let's think. What sound do we hear that goes with snake? S. Oh, it's that s sound. So let's say that sound as I write it. Very good. And then here we have our triangle row. We're not going to do that. We're going to cross it out. And then we have this shape here that we call a rhombus. What is it?
A rhombus.
I know you're probably used to it being called a diamond, but we're going to call it rhombus. So here we're going to say S, snake, S, as I write the letter S. So we're going to do that 3 times. Can you do that with me?
S, snake, S. S, snake, S. S, snake, S.
Very nice. And then we're going to flip our paper over like a pancake, and we're going to cross out our words to spell. And now we're actually going to learn a new memory word. So this word will help us with reading. This word is the word the. What is it?
The.
It's spelled T-H-E, the. Can you do that with me?
T-H-E, the.
I know some of those letters are new for you. That's why I had you say it with me. I can use this word in a sentence. The dog ran home. Can you say that sentence?
The dog ran home.
Very good. So what we're going to do is we're going to skywrite the letters as we say their names and then say the word.
Okay.
So if you're not sure what the names are, you can just listen to me. If you know them, say them with me. You ready? T-H-E, the. T-H-E,
the.
T-H-E, the. Very nice. So this word is the word the. And now what we're going to do is we're going to write it on my paper 1 letter at a time.
Okay.
And this is important that we always do this together. Because we want to make sure it's written on our paper. So that's where those eyes are there to remind us, ooh, we better look up here at the card before we write it. So we're going to do 1 letter. If you know the letter, say it with me. If not, that's okay. You'll learn it. So this letter is T. And then we're going to say it on our paper. T. H. H. E. E. And the word is
the.
Okay, so we have it on our paper correctly, right?
We do.
Good job. So now we're ready to write it 3 times by ourselves as we're going to whisper spell those letter names and then say the word. T-H-E, the. T-H-E, the. T-H-E, the. Now we're going to skywrite it 1 more time, and we're going to keep our eyes open. You ready? T-H-E, the. Now this time we're going to close our eyes and we're going to write it from memory. Are you ready?
Ready.
T
H E
the. Okay, open your eyes. Now I'm going to cover up my practice words and see the little check mark here. Now I need to write that word from memory, so I got to think about it. The. T H E the. Did you think I did it right?
I think you did.
You think I did? Okay, let's check our words. If we did, we're going to kiss our brain.
Okay.
Did I do it right?
You did.
Good
Nice
job.
job.
All right, now we're ready to do some word games.
Okay.
I'm going to say 2 words, and then if the 2 words are the same, thumbs up. If they're
Okay.
not the same, thumbs down.
Okay.
Sun, hat. Girl, boy. Big, big. Kick, off. See, red. Mug, mug. Very nice. Now we're going to listen to our new sound. So our letter was S and the sound is S. What's the sound? So I'm going to say some words, and if you hear that S in the word, thumbs up.
Okay.
If not, thumbs down.
Okay.
So listen for what sound again was that? All right. Said.
Said.
Good job. Snake.
Snake.
Off.
Off.
Good. Pig.
Pig.
Sit.
Sit.
Good. Same.
Same.
Hot.
Hot.
Sing.
Sing.
Good. Mess.
Mess. Oh, the
Good
end.
job. Six.
Six.
Ooh, that's a hard one, isn't it? Spin.
Spin.
Good job. And the last one is fuss.
Fuss.
Very good. You did a super job. Thank you. So teachers, that is lesson 1. That's that first lesson. Hopefully you can start right at the beginning of the year when you're doing this lesson. And it's very quick, and you're just going through all the procedures and really explaining in detail, but you're modeling when you're doing a lot of this for them. And that is it.
If after watching the demonstration you are still hesitant about starting a whole lesson on the first day of school, I have a suggestion for you. As I mentioned earlier, at the beginning of the year, we want to establish procedures for OG, so that eventually students can focus on what they're learning and not how they're learning it. So if introducing a whole lesson on the first day of school seems too much for you, then just deliver the portions of the lesson in the bracket. This will at least establish a set time for OG and introduce a portion of the skills and procedures to students. Then the next day or two, you can deliver Lesson K.001 in its entirety. Please reach out if you have any questions. This concludes this portion of training.